Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is spank that like button to help this video reach a wider audience. But before I get on with the memes, first a word from today's sponsor, MetVPN. If you're surfing the internet alone without a VPN, then you're surfing with Justin Skippy Trudeau. I use MetVPN to hide my location from the Canadian government, to keep my freedom of speech as well as to sail the high seas and download movies and TV shows without potentially getting sued by lawyers. MetVPN offers unlimited data traffic, no logs, a kill switch in case your VPN temporarily goes offline, and it's only $2.45 a month on a 24-month plan. Keep your online activities private and free. Sponsor link is down below. And now on with the memes. Number one, when socialists say they want real socialism, of course they don't mean Venezuela or Cuba, or North Korea for that matter. The only place the real socialism exists is in their idealized imaginations. Once you rob from the rich to give to the poor, the rich no longer produce. And in a generation or two, the system crumbles, as people want to compete and humanity's nature is to be hierarchical. You can't build a society without hierarchy, unless AI is at the top giving everyone free stuff. Up next, here's the World Economic Forum Food Pyramid for 2030. It's filled with antidepressants, soy milk, bugs, seed oils, and microplastics for testicular health. What I think is missing is plant-based meats to make it more accurate. Hey boys and girls, did you make sure to have your microplastic cereal and soy milk this morning to help develop your strong male vaginas? Maybe we also need to replace the seed oils with puberty blockers. Number 3, remember guys, so what if a woman is hot? If she has nothing to offer besides her looks, then she's like a homeless man trapped in a sexy body. But that's inaccurate, because even a homeless man can wash your dishes or take out the trash. More women than ever are homeless today after the age of 50, and as their looks fade and social security dries up, it's going to be apocalyptic for them. Moving on, this plus-size model can't see all of her haters because diabetes has made her blind. I guess it's healthy at any size or sight. Also, as a model, how can she appreciate all the attention she receives because she doesn't know who's looking at her anymore? Going blind is bad, but this headline is hilarious. Number 5, remember guys, Johnny Depp will always be remembered as the first man to win an argument with a woman. Yes, but it took him millions of dollars in court fees and years later to do it. At least he got paid well for doing so. Unfortunately, he paid for it in another way. This should be hanging in the Museum of Bad Art. It's so bad it's good. But he wasn't the one that won the argument with her. He hired another woman to fight for him. So technically this is not true. Up next, here's the difference between life as a man versus life as a woman on Tinder and other dating apps. One lives life on easy mode while the other rots alone. 0 matches for a man and 156 matches for a fake woman. But a real woman wouldn't actually want any of those 156 men, because they don't meet her expectations or standards. Also, women will rate the female version as a 8 out of 10, and the male version as a 4 out of 10. The only winner here is the dating company selling super boosts to the forever single males. Number 7, if I don't need a man with a photo, then this would be it. As a woman falls off a roof and or ladder. And she would still say that she only fell off because it was the man's fault for building a faulty ladder. Remember, it's never their fault even when they're the only ones doing something. I also wonder who took this photo at the exact right moment. Almost as if they were expecting it to happen. Moving on, women wear booty shorts in the gym to be looked at. Women will say that's not true and they dress like that for other women. So that's when you say, oh, so you're a lesbian. If an overweight guy wore shorts like that at the gym, people would look at him as well. They're trying to get us to look so they can stir up drama and call us creepy. One woman even accused a blind man of looking at her at the gym. He was later cleared of all creepy charges. Number 9, Tarzan was a guy raised by gorillas in a forest, and he couldn't speak any human language, and yet he still got a girlfriend. What's your excuse? Mine is that I don't have a chimp to teach me game. But seriously, he's strong, muscular, and has flowing hair like Fabio. That's more than enough these days. But seriously, why would I want a girlfriend? Because you can't argue with the girlfriend if you don't have one. Up next is a single mom crying because she had to make her own birthday cake so that her babies can feel happy singing to her. Those are most likely virtue signaling crocodile tears on social media to gain sympathy and attention. Odds are she's just crying for some save-a-ho simp to come and rescue her. That also seems to be quite a nice house for a single mother. Maybe she has a wealthy ex-husband. Or did she divorce him and take his wealth? Number 11, women are complaining that men aren't being romantic enough, especially black women complaining that men don't open doors for them. So this black professor wrote a book called Romance is White Supremacy. I suspect that misery loves company because white simps are more romantic than black men. So she wants to see white women suffer the same fate as her. It's gotten so bad out there these days that eating a hot dog any other way than from the middle is racist. Moving on, if dating single mothers is your forte, then you can go on Facebook Marketplace and search for wedding dresses. And it'll show you recently divorced women in your area, and you can even filter them out by their size with regards to wedding dress. Unfortunately, this guy sounds like he's just farming for women with huge red flags. Besides, who wants fresh off the line sloppy seconds? There's a good reason they're divorced too. Plus, they probably plumped up since they bought those dresses in the first place. This is next level simping, all right. Number 13, this female doctor spent 11 years in school and residency, and all she now wants to do is become a housewife. Her eyes aren't lying. They never do. I hope the guy that makes her dream happen can pay her $400,000 in student debt one day. With so many female doctors around here taking maternity leave and working part-time hours, we have massive shortages because the government only issues so many licenses per year to protect the profession. She probably won't settle for anything less than a heart or a brain surgeon. Up next, what is this plant called? Here are some names. The cactopus. How about Ranthrouflora? Maybe penis flytrap or punani fruit. The muff plant sounds good as well as maybe vagina cactus. My favorite though is the almost ready to settle down plant. I can smell this picture and it smells like fish and vegetables. Number 15, here's the last thing that a mail-in ballot sees before being counted 5,000 times. These ones look like absolute nightmare fuel. Unless maybe they were a punk band, then they would be based. Why do so many feminists have those bangs? Is it to cover their receding hairlines from taking too many testosterone pills? Let's hope that later this year the Democrats can't pull off the same thing they did during COVID with mail-in votes taking the election. Moving on, we have a woman that says Satan loves her. Satan then gets back to her and says, "Stay the F away from me." He clearly doesn't love you and probably wouldn't even use you for sex. Undead Chronic has a weak spot for goth girls, and even he wouldn't go near this. If you ever nut in something like this, don't fall asleep, or you'll wake up as a human sacrifice. Number 17, we have a generation that's born too late to explore the world and too early to explore space. We were born just in time to have microplastics in our testicles. I have to stop eating Little Caesars. If it's in anything, it's in that. I probably have so much plastic in them that I can recycle them one day. We were also born just in time to watch the West burn, and if you have your Social Security, it'll get taken away from you, as AI takes your job and you're left destitute. Up next, when white people inevitably become the minorities in the West, you know there won't be any affirmative action programs for them. The government will then just say that the anti-white policies will be the will of the majority of the people. This is true, and I think that the only hope at this point is to leave for a country that's 90% plus white. Eastern Europe, East Asia, and Russia will be the only places left to go to. Number 19, this is how you win as a woman in 2024. By having an actual vagina, finding a masculine man, staying off birth control, and eating grass-fed beef. Soon with AI and lover bots, there'll be no way to win as a woman. This woman also puts the bar way too low. Here's my suggestion to her. Keep your tongue in your mouth. Moving on, Heidi Klum's daughter, Lena, turns 18. She looks like she inherited her mother's ballistics. But why isn't she black like Seal? Because Heidi was a single mother when she married him and had a family with him. Here's a picture of the entire family. At least she's having kids when most people aren't having any these days. Looks like some lucky guy sealed the deal. Number 21, Security Minister Tom says that incel violence is as serious as Islamic terrorism. Clearly alarmism over a group of people that is less violent than the general population. Only white knight conservative morons would believe what he's saying. People like this guy are the same as those in Australia that want Elon Musk to be put in jail because he's dangerous for Twitter. If incels were the violent monsters people say they are, then they would get laid and probably wouldn't be incels anymore. Up next, would you spend a year here for $1 million with nothing but a fat leftist? I would do it. I would take her food away and put her in her place. If she doesn't behave herself, then I'll bring out the belt. In a year, she would be submissive and quiet thanks to corporal punishment. But I have only one question. If she doesn't make it, do I still get the $1 million? Plus, if you can't fish, she will keep you fed for at least a month. Number 23, who would you prefer? Hillary Duff or Taylor Swift? I think it's the difference between an ironing board versus a bouncy castle. If I ever go to Hawaii, I would definitely go with Taylor Swift, because she would be a great human surfboard to catch some of those gnarly waves with. Besides, the jury is still deliberating if Swift is a man or not. Moving on, this woman wonders why average looking men think that they have a chance with her. She's worried that she isn't as hot as she thinks she is, and she probably isn't. But the truth is that average women have contempt for average men because they believe that they're better than them now. She's worried that if other people see average looking guys approaching her, then they'll lose respect for her, and that Chads will also see it and they won't want her anymore. It's all about social proof when it comes to women. They measure their value based on external influence. Number 25 and the last one looks like Kristen Stewart is in the Ellen Page trans man pipeline. Her hair is thin and might be falling out if she's taken them hormones. Either that or she looks like she needs to learn the lesson that meth is bad for you. She also might be starting to look like she's found that very precious ring. So that's it for another Memes of the Week. Please give this video a like to push it up in the algorithm and so new viewers can find it. If you enjoyed this series and want me to keep making it, then donate at the PayPal and Subscribestar links below. It really helps out. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day and cheers.